What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now this is going to be my sniper build for Title Update 9 because we all know they changed a certain talent to work with a certain weapon. So of course I gotta show you these insane numbers. But yeah, I'm not trying to spoil too much. So if that does sound like something you'd like, just remember, I am Kamikazevondoom. If you enjoy it, hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comment section below. And if you are new to the channel, just make sure you hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss a single Division 2 video. But alright, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. Now let's get into this sniper build. So this is my sniper build for Title Update 9. I'll let you guys just sit there and look at that for a second. Now, the primary weapon you guys can change, it's up to the user, but for me I use the surplus SVD. Before I actually get into the build, obviously using a sniper build, I prefer using the sharpshooter specialization. Just throwing that out there. The headshot optic that comes with it, the scope, digital scope, it does a lot of work and I like it a lot. Not only that, but then switch to the Nemesis, and I'll show you guys the numbers here in a second. Don't even worry about it. But alright, so sharpshooter is your specialization. For the weapons, I use the SVD. Like I just said, you can change it to whatever you want. But the star of the show is going to be this Nemesis. My Nemesis is not fully maxed out. I only have 12% marksman rifle damage. So all these numbers I'm going to show you, they could even get even higher if you guys get lucky enough to have more of a godly Nemesis. And then for my sidearm, I am using the backup boomstick, just because why not? Now for the surplus SVD, this one is at 416.6k total damage, as 15% marksman rifle damage and 111 headshot damage. For the other attribute, I do have 6% crit hit damage. Now fast hands, I would much rather have Ranger, but RNG, so this is the best one I've got. So if you don't like that, I don't care. Go into the mods. Like I was just saying, with the sharpshooter specialization, the digital scope mod is the way to go. You get that 45% headshot damage. You do lose a little bit of crit damage, but who cares? You got that headshot damage. Am I right? I'm right. Go to the magazine, tightly packed magazine for the 5 extra rounds. Laser pointer for the crit chance, and muzzle brake for more crit chance. Go to the Nemesis. This is the star of the show. Like I said, it is not maxed out. It is not godly. None of that. I still have to re-roll it a few more times, but this is the best one I have right now. It has 2.1 million total damage with 12% marksman rifle damage, 107 headshot damage, and 9.5 crit chance. And then, like I said earlier, for the sidearm, we have the backup boomstick, 1.3 million total damage, with 16 shotgun damage, 12 damage to armor, and 9.4 reload speed. Now, doing a quick overview of the build before I really get into it, I am using 3 aces and 8s, the mask, the gloves, and the holster. Reason being, I get that marksman rifle damage and headshot damage. For the backpack, I'm using Providence for that headshot damage. And for Araldi, I am using 2 for the chest and the knee pads. That is for more marksman rifle damage and headshot damage. You guys can already see that there's a trend going on with this build. It is all revolved around damage, 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 and headshot damage. But with that said and done, let's get into it. Starting off with the mask. We have the Aces and 8s mask. The Aces and 8s gear set bonuses I get out of this build, like I just said, I get the marksman rifle damage at 15%, and I get 20% headshot damage. For the core attribute, weapon damage, 15%. Normal attribute, I have crit hit chance at 4.3%, and then I threw on there a headshot damage mod for 9.5%. Backpack, it is the gift. This is your named Providence backpack. With the 1 Providence piece from the brand set bonus, I get that 10% headshot damage. For the core attribute, I have 15% weapon damage. For the normal attributes, I have status effects and weapon handling. I wish those were different, but it is what it is. And then I threw on there a headshot mod for 9.5%. Now the talent that comes with the gift, it is Perfect Vigilance. Increases your total weapon damage by 25%. Of course, if you take any damage at all, it disables this buff for 3 seconds, and then you can get that damage back. Down to the gloves. Aces and Eights gloves. Core attribute, weapon damage again at 15%, and then this one came with crit chance at 4.8%. Of course, I wish it came with headshot damage, but your next best thing is crit chance. Going to the chest piece, this is the Pristine Example. This is your named Araldi Holdings chest piece. For the Araldi Holdings brand set bonuses, I get that 10% marksman rifle damage and 10% headshot damage. For the core attribute, I have 15% weapon damage. Normal attributes, I have health and crit chance, and then a crit chance mod. I do not have 3 headshot damage mods that are decent, so I went with a decent crit chance mod. Now for the talent, I do have Perfect Focus. Now this is the talent that works with the Nemesis now as of Title Update 9. So if you were trying to use Focus with the Nemesis before this previous update, you were not able to do so. But now you are, and the numbers are staggering. So what does Perfect Focus do? It increases your total weapon damage by 6% every second you are aiming, while scoped with an 8 or higher times magnification. Now this goes up to 60% damage. That is total weapon damage, 60%. That's huge. Go to the holster. This is your Aces and Eights holster. Core attribute, weapon damage 15%, and then luckily I got headshot damage there at 7.5%. And then finally the knee pads are Araldi Holdings. Core attribute, weapon damage at 13.2. I rolled headshot damage on there at 10%, and then crit chance at 5.4%. So overall, you guys can see this is all damage and headshot damage with more damage. The only ways to make this hit harder is to have a Nemesis with 15% marksman rifle damage, and maybe headshot damage as an attribute for a few of these pieces. I'm missing a little bit of headshot damage, but this thing, I'm telling you, you'll see the numbers and your jaw will drop. Now for the skills. Booster Hive, I'm still testing this out. They just reworked it recently to where now it says weapon damage and handling. So I'm still testing this out to see if it actually works. So that might be in another video. But for now, I'm using the Booster Hive and then the Defender drone. Now let's go to the stat sheet. Now the stat sheet, this is going to be for the SVD. Now, quick little thing, of course you guys can see other builds that have 300 plus headshot damage. That's not too hard to come by, but also remember if they are using, what's that named? The White Death? Yeah, here it is. If they are using the White Death, then that 137 headshot damage really does look crazy. It's actually an outlier. Now back to the stats. This is for the SVD, 416,620 weapon damage, 35% crit chance, 26 crit damage, and 293 headshot damage. Let me switch over to the Nemesis. Here we go. So Nemesis, I'm at 2,117,232 weapon damage, 733,620 PvP weapon damage, with 34.6 crit chance, 30 crit damage, and 276.2 headshot damage. Now go down to the offensive tab. I have 98.2 all weapons damage with 52% marksman rifle damage bonus. So what is that? That's 150.2% damage bonus total. That is a lot. That's a lot. 150.2. This thing smacks. Now for the gear talents, of course I am running that Perfect Vigilance on the backpack, Perfect Focus on the chest piece. With the aces and eights and Araldi holdings, this thing is a monster. Now the defensive tab, I have 696,975 armor with 293,240 health. And yeah, that's about it, you guys. So you guys are wanting to know the numbers, right? So let's go look at the numbers. And then I will get you guys out of here. I'll show you a couple hits with the SVD and then of course show you the Nemesis. The Nemesis is amazing. It will one hit anything. If you don't hold the scope in, it'll still one shot everything up to named enemies, but if you scope in and everything with a named enemy, it's a one shot. Doesn't matter who it is. So we're on named enemy. We're at 0 of 0. Let's go with 20 meters. And just to show you guys, just one shot, right? So let's just do one shot. Get that perfect focus up. Alright, here we go. Alright, so one shot with my Nemesis. You ready? Here we go. And boom. So it shows 11,706,300 damage. However, if you guys looked at that hit, the hit marker, it showed 14 something. Let's try that again. Get that focus up all the way. Alright, there we go. And that was 15 million. And you saw I just held the scope down and I still have perfect focus. That one was only 14.7 million. But you guys can see if I sit here and do it really quick, 13.9 million. Try to do this as fast as I can. 13.6 million I thought that showed. Anyways, alright, let's show you the SVD. 3.2 million with the SVD. 3 million, 3 million, 3.2 million with the SVD. That is ridiculous. 2.2, oh, the focus is gone. All right. So let me just keep showing you 2.7, 2.9, 3 million, 3 million, 3.2 million damage on an SVD. That is ridiculous. And then, of course, you guys want to see the good old Nemesis again. Let's go with that. Alright, so let me show you the booster just to see. Get the focus up. Of course, I'm going to have to wait for the booster hive to hit me again. And focus is procced. Wait for the booster. There we go. And boom. That was 15.3 million. So like I said earlier, the booster hive kind of seems like it doesn't really help. But I don't know. We'll see. And I'm still at like 15.5 million. Oh, that was a big one. I'm gonna have to pause that one back whenever I'm editing. I think that was a 16. 15.3. But alright, you guys get the gist of it. This thing is a monster. Use this in PvP, PvE, don't matter. Just sit somewhere, use that focus to your advantage, get those headshots, you will be good to go. Here's another quick overview. It is 3 aces and 8s for the marksman rifle damage and headshot damage, 2 Araldi holdings for more marksman rifle damage and headshot damage, and of course the 1 Providence for more headshot damage. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I am Kamikazevondoom. That is my sniper build for Title Update 9. They did fix the focus talent with the Nemesis, and man, is this thing a lot of fun. But alright, like always, hit that like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.